Is it a martini? Not really. But how many things are called teenies that aren't teenies? I don't know. This is a cocktail I did a few years ago, and I'm redoing some of my old holiday videos. This is the Mrs. Claus Martini. This is my wife gave it the name because I think I put it in a martini glass originally, and so, but that's it. Basically, I don't think you realize how hard Mrs. Claus works, because if he's like anything like my relationship with my wife, she does most of the work and I get most of the credit. So she named this one Mrs. Claus because Mrs. Claus works her ass off during the holiday season, and Santa just goes around and does the shit afterwards, drops off the presents, flies around. But all the hard work apparently has been done by Mrs. Claus. So I don't know. That's what she says. We'll go with that. So the Mrs. Claus Martini uses gin. If you don't like gin, it's probably because you're drinking the wrong gin. If you don't like gin, you probably tried some of the London Dries. Tanqueray, Beefeaters, things like that. I don't like those. There's a lot of really nice gins out there that aren't like licking a Christmas tree, but there's some juniper and other things notes in it as well. And one thing I would suggest, if you want to try some gins, look at some what they call New World styles or American style gins. There's a lot of them out there. One of the most popular ones right now is Aviation. Really nice gin to start getting yourself used to that, or New Amsterdam if you want to try it on the budget side. But my next thing I want to suggest is going with something that's barrel rested. It really tones down a lot of the juniper, and a lot of the botanicals get toned down when you start barrel resting it. So this is Sugarfield's barrel rested gin. It's a great, well-balanced gin where it's not overly junipery, not like Christmas tree junipery, but not over citrusy, where that's where the more of the New World style gins come in. They're very citrus forward and botanicals on the backside. This one I find is the perfect balance between the two. So work your way up to something like this is kind of what I recommend too, is start with something like, hey, I want to try gin, but I don't think I like it. Start with something like New Amsterdam. Work your way up to a couple of things. Greenhouse gin is another nice one to try. Roku is a nice Japanese gin where it's not super juniper and like things like that. And there's some really nice ones made in New Orleans. Euphrosyne is a nice one that I really enjoy. 7-3's gin. It's made, and their barrel rested is amazing. But I think currently my favorite gin is going to be Sugarfield's barrel rested. I like the balance that Sugarfield's puts between the two. So if you're in the Baton Rouge, New Orleans area, pick up some Sugarfield's barrel rested gin. So we're going to go ahead and start making our drink. In our small tin, we're going to be going 2 ounces of our gin. We're gonna go 3/4 ounce of a lime juice, and if you want to use fresh, knock yourself out. There's so few carbs in this, it won't make a difference, but I am using our oleocitrate. So 3/4 ounce of our lime oleocitrate. Along with 3/4 ounce of honey syrup. There's a lot of keto-friendly, low-carb honey substitutes on the market. I have some coming my way to try some new ones, but just because I didn't have any on hand and Walmart carries Honey Tree's sugar-free imitation honey, this tastes good. It's not exactly keto-friendly because of the maltitol syrup. There are some out there that don't have it. There's a bunch on Amazon. Just Google sugar-free honey substitute, check your ingredient list. But this is what I had close by so I can just get this done for you guys. So we're gonna do 3/4 ounce of a honey syrup. And what a honey syrup is, it's basically a 1-to-1 of your honey substitute to some warm water. Shake it up until it's all just kind of like, I think one of my favorite cocktail content creators right now on YouTube is Dr. Kush. And he calls it runny honey. I love that term, runny honey. So yeah, it's just gonna water down your honey a little bit. We're gonna do 3/4 ounce of our honey syrup. Now, to make it more Mrs. Claus, we're gonna change the color of it. We're gonna go with our cranberry syrup. I've mentioned it in some of my past videos recently, and if you'd like to see a video on how I make this and how I calculate carbs, leave a comment below, and I may shoot that video. And we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of our cranberry syrup. We're gonna add some ice to our large shaker. And while we're doing that, we're gonna chill our cocktail glass while we're shaking it. And really, you should have done this before you started making a drink in general, just so it has more time to chill. Put that aside. You can also add a little bit of water to speed up the chill process. So we'll put all of our stuff in a large shaker and give it a good shake. All right, dump out the ice, and you have now a chilled cocktail glass. We're going to strain this into our glass. That beautiful pink color. We're going to add an orange peel for garnish. And if you want to kind of clean up the edges, one thing I recommend is just run a knife along the edges real quick to get a flat edge. Or if you don't want to do that, and this is fine, but you do want to express some of the orange oils over the drink. And once you do that, you'll see that the orange peel is a little bit wet, and that's going to be from the oils. Go ahead and rim that along the glass. So you have some of those orange oils. Getting this nice little twist. And set that right on the edge of the glass. Drop it in however you like. And my wife called this the Mrs. Claus Martini. Cheers. Oh. I haven't had a gin cocktail in a while. I forgot how much I love this stuff. The barrel rested gin makes a difference. It's going to be, if you use one that's not barrel rested, those gin flavors are going to be a lot more, just those botanical flavors will be a lot more in your face. The barrel resting tones that down. And there's a lot of different barrel rested gins on the market. Find one that you like. And if you're in my area, I would highly recommend grabbing some from Sugar Fields. It's amazing. This is an absolute delicious cocktail. God, that's so good. That is so good. This is such a delicious cocktail. The gin itself is actually an amazing gin. The honey syrup takes it down to where it's not as sweet as a simple syrup and brings in a whole different level of flavors when you're using that honey profile rather than a sugar profile. The cranberries, oh gosh, that cranberry syrup, absolutely perfect. And I think without the addition of the lime, it will be really kind of off-putting. But that lime, that brings just a little bit of that sour note into this. This is like, I don't know, maybe kissing Mrs. Claus? I don't know. That's kind of neat. Maybe, I don't know. If you're Santa, it is, I guess. I don't know. Guys, this is, gosh, I'm just having a great day. I'm having a great day shooting some videos. Well, guys, that's it for me. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy yourself a Mrs. Claus Martini. Obviously, I am. See you later. I don't know. I'm done. I think I've shot too many videos today.